What's up everybody, Bueller here again, and this is just for the premium lifetime section, so I'll probably leave this video unlisted for a while. Maybe in the future I'll make it public, but for a while it'll probably just be unlisted. But today I'm going to be covering, just so you guys see everything, so you don't see me like setting up or anything. Go over to DukeBot, go over to, y'all got 32, damn. Y'all are insane. Oh, let's go back on track. What am I doing here? Overnight snipes. Duke alerts. Here we go. So Duke, my boy Barry, posting overnight snipes on Tesla and NVDA. So me and him had been working on this together. He came up. So I'll give y'all the whole backstory, I guess. So I came up with like really big pattern. I've always been really big on patterns and just basic price action with levels. And Barry is from BB. He ended up taking a break for a while, came back with a pretty insane exponential moving average strategy, which I'll show you right now. And you guys have already seen it. It's using the EMAs with patterns to trade to and from alongside our levels. So what he noticed was a combination of what I like to trade and what he likes to trade, and we ended up doing it for a lot of swings. And this is a pretty normal thing now in chat, seeing a retest move. So a lot of the time when we go for these swings, and they are lottos, you have to understand if this continued breaking lower, yes, you would have lost that trade, you'd be cutting it. But it's not huge risk because you're not risking, $1,000 in this contract. It's the same week, so it's a lotto. It's exactly what I say it is. Um, but as you can see, we popped up after having multiple supports. This never just happens from nowhere. It's after you have base a lot of the time, especially good for buyers if there's multiple bases. You can see on NVIDIA, this isn't the first time we've been here, but in the recent price action, we've had only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retests on that same level. We end up popping up with good rising volume above, so it shows good bullish intentions here. We get above it again, we get a little bit of a retest. So entering right here, we feel that we're a little late because you have lowering volume. The people who got in here or even here have already been in, and they're taking profits right here. They're not looking to take it higher quite yet. So what do we wait for? A retest move, a slowdown, a breather. When you run around a track for a long time, sometimes you get tired. It starts to hurt to run more. You want to get a Gatorade or a water or something, and that's what the market wants to do with price action. So you can see price return back to the 9 and 21 EMA that we like to use with lowering seller volume. So a really good indication, not just holding good levels and good price action, but holding these levels with low volume. Next day, we pop up, or I'm sorry, we start a little bit lower. That was due to the job numbers and Microsoft cutting its guidance very slightly too. It wasn't really huge, but they cut it very slightly, and so it kind of brought the market down a little bit. So it started NVIDIA, everything started a little bit lower. NVIDIA ends up pumping, all that good stuff, and you can see now it's pushing over the highs. So why is this where we want to start taking some of our profits, and why is that our next target? And you can see a lot of our trades, we end up using these levels and these EMAs as targets. We use them to trade to and from. These are our weapons of choice, basically. Our pivot points that we go from. So after we wait for base, we wait for some good volume, wait for a good retest, and then we look for a good continuation. That is a normal, healthy move up. So that's what you're seeing here on NVIDIA. And that is why I say not every strategy works, because there was probability this doesn't work. There was probability it goes down, fills this gap first, and then we bounce. So it wouldn't have been as much fun to hold through that. Or even worse, we wouldn't have held it, and we could have possibly even traded lower. So these aren't a 100% solid strategy, but it's just like what we do when we're on the smaller time frames. When we look for those breakouts, we see them retest the support and we see them push higher. That's basically all what we're seeing, but on the daily time frame. So it helps us swing a much longer amount of time instead of like a day trade. But let's go to Tesla. We'll do the same TA. And sorry for all the levels again. I'm leaving them up because they are from the TA routine, going through with the streams and all that good stuff. So again, none of these levels are impossible to grab. A lot of them are from the daily time frame, some of them from the 4-hour, and you can see the more closer ones are from my more recent price action for the smaller time frames. Again, but back to the daily time frame, you can see it's very identical to NVIDIA. It's the same exact thing actually. Yeah, they push up from a base. You can see this doesn't have as much support though as NVIDIA, and that's why I like the NVIDIA a lot more. And that's why I had posted multiple times during that day as well, because it already had that support, whereas Tesla, it only had 1, 2 real tests of this support. Then it pushed, so it wasn't as enticing to me, I guess. It wasn't as juicy, but still good, tech related, market related. And you can see after it pushed up, what did they do? Just like NVIDIA, they slowed down, holding in between. Oh, this was also one more thing I didn't like, is that it held in between two EMAs, so a lot more riskier than NVIDIA in my opinion, but it still did its job. The 9 EMA is always our primary EMA. That's the one I always leave on. Very, very good for short-term confirmation. You can see we popped up above it with rising volume. So we're bullish, lowering volume. People are taking profits. We gap up, we sell off a little bit, gap down, sell off a little bit. Nothing crazy. We don't even really take an important level from this day's price action. If you grab a fib there, we're actually at the control point, you can see. So not really even breaking anything from recent price action, let alone getting down to the 9 EMA or this candle down here where the gap is. You see today started down lower, same reason as NVIDIA. We ended up pushing higher today. What did we have on that retest though? What did we do when we went down and we retested that level, this level, the 9 EMA? We had lowering volume. Whoops. We had lowering volume, showing good slowdown. Again, confirming that this might be a really good bullish retest. So that was really cool to go over with what he went over. And you guys can see here with his alerts, after he called it out, he did point out he's taking some here. And guys, remember, he's not taking one or two contracts. You know, he does sometimes have 7, 10, sometimes more than that contracts, you know, so don't try to match him. You know, play accordingly to how your account is. And he broke that down as well. Make sure to click pin messages here and go through his messages, go through his info. He does post about it a lot. He talked about it a little bit higher too if you scroll up. But I'm really glad I got to do this video. I also want to do one more breakdown. This was the one that I called out on Corsair, and you guys will see it's an identical setup. As you can see, we kind of have an inverse look to it, but regardless, what do we have over here? After we reverse, where did we hold? So we have our low of our time frame. We pushed up, low volume, so it's weak. Evening star, we reversed back down, and where did we go fill? We went down to fill that gap. But what did we do? We built a higher low. That's really, really good. So we have a low, higher low. And what do we have here? A bullish engulfing, a good pattern indicating, hey, buyers might be present here. They might want to try and take this higher. We get a lowering volume day, rising volume day. People start taking profits. Same as the NVIDIA and Tesla chart, except they're already above the 21, whereas Tesla was in between, and I think NVIDIA was above as well. I think Tesla was the only one that was a little riskier. And then you can see we get one hammer, which is actually kind of an inside bar Harami, low volume. Another low volume day, holding the 9 and 21 EMA. So good retest, just like we see on the 5-minute, just like we saw on NVIDIA and Tesla. We see the continuation. So no, it didn't go jump through the sky. But what is our next target? Most likely that 55 EMA, most likely that next bigger level we have up there, 1750, 1740. So good target would be about 17, 1730, 1740, 1750, somewhere in there. 17 definitely does need to be a good initial target just because that's a good whole psychological number. But that would be your next main area to look forward to. So again, we've posted plenty of these. We will continue to post more of these, but I wanted to do this video for you guys because it was definitely awesome for not just Barry to learn more, but for me to learn more, for you guys to learn more. And this is really a group thing. You know, not many of us have been swing trading that long, but we're treating it as we're day trading just on bigger time frames. You know, so it's been a little bit of an adjustment, but we're definitely finding our groove now, and it's been a lot more fun doing so. So make sure you guys follow along our swing trades, but not for the money sake of it. Try to learn, you know, seriously, try to pick up on some of our old trades. There's the Mustache Bot channel that has almost 50 videos on it. You know, my channel personally has over 300 on it. You know, so there's a ton of video content to catch up on. Posted info in the chat. You know, I can't stress this enough. Going into the pin messages of that channel, you know, checking out premium chat, seeing what everyone's saying, but also checking out old posts too. You know, I have a ton of pin messages in here that cover different topics. Options alerts have pin messages. Mustache Bot has pin messages. You know, everyone has a couple different pin messages in each one, so make sure to check that. And then also BB Trading Strategies. This channel is insane. This talks about swing trading as well. There's day trades, swing trades in there. Let me keep scrolling. Where we at? BB Bootcamp, pretty good for quizzes. Workshop, of course, you guys have seen that before. And keys, this is the one I wanted to talk about a little more. So if you go back up to these ones, recent swing trades, scalping, swing trades, gaps, Mullen, OKE, you know, you see these couple up here. It's mainly this one, this one, this one, and this one. You'll need to go download those, review them a lot more, but I would review all of them. These PDFs are seriously gold. But seriously, go through them. Let me know how y'all think, what y'all think about them. Certain notes, take some notes. You know, retag me. Let me know what y'all thought about some of the content in them. But I'll see you guys later on. I hope you guys enjoy this video. You don't have to leave a like or a comment. Just let me know in the premium chat how you thought of this video. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.